Evening, partygoers. Today's discussion is going to be about the reliability of the AR-15 platform, especially in a time of war, under brutal circumstances, i.e. jungle fighting or in the sandbox. Okay, now right out of the gate, I'm going to tell you I'm not a huge fan of this weapon. I'm just not. And for me, it's just not reliable enough. I think it's very finicky. There are those who will argue that it's come a long way and is a whole lot more reliable than it ever was before. My rebuttal to those people, most of which are Marines, by the way, and I'm going to touch on that in a minute, but my rebuttal to those people is, if that is the case, then why have we heard so many reports from the field of malfunctions with these weapons? And let me give you a case and example. Most of you remember when at the beginning of the Gulf War, or this Gulf War, the war in Iraq, that Jessica Lynch was captured. She was on a convoy, supply convoy, and she was captured, and you remember famously she was rescued, yada yada yada. Her weapon would not perform for her. Her weapon would not perform for her. There was another soldier in her convoy who actually did a pretty good job, at least initially, of keeping the enemy off. In fact, I believe he was awarded the Silver Star for his actions. His weapon ceased to work for him. You know, luckily he was captured and not killed. He could live to tell the story. But you hear a lot of these stories. Now, some people will argue, and this is where I get to the Marine part. Some people will argue that soldiers like Jessica Lynch or other people in her unit were not really combat soldiers. They just weren't maintaining their weapons properly. Whereas Marines who have a tendency to defend this platform, Marines, they maintain the hell out of their weapons. And so maybe that's it. I mean, maybe it's one of those things where, you know, if you're dedicated to really staying on top of your weapon, but you know what, here's the thing. If you're out in a sandbox or you're in a jungle or something, you know, there's only so much you can do. Ultimately, there's only so much you can do. So here's the question: how do you feel about the reliability of it, of this platform? Do you think it's time that the United States military move completely away from this platform and into something else? And if so, what would you like to see the United States military go into? Now, me personally, I do think we should go away from this platform, and I think we should go kind of like Back to the Future, in the sense that I like the SOCOM 16. I think that's a very interesting platform. You know, or variations thereof. That's what I get. That's what I'm voting for. You know, I love the caliber of that round. And I think that, yeah, I think we're kind of right for that, you know, absolutely. So anyway, in the comment section, let me know how you feel about that. I mean, if you think that this is the AR-15 platform is an outstanding platform that'll last us another 30, 40, 50 years out in the field, let me know. You know, if you think that a lot of the malfunctions that have occurred put our fighting forces in jeopardy, let me know that. You know, just in general, let me know your feelings about this. I personally do think that we should move away from this platform and into something else. If you think that's the case, let me know. Let me know what your vote's for. Like I said, I'm all about the SOCOM 16. So anyway, listen, that's all I got for you. Everybody, hey, listen, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. See ya!